everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yo.
That is Mike there with the cool yos. That was nice. Call A Brotha episode 7 now. We're on 7 so far. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We've heard a lot of cool feedback and some feedback that on some things we should change, and we're taking it into consideration. We got Mike here to my right. Say something.
I don't like that, yo. Let's do that. I don't like that, yo.
I don't care what you like. We're recording.
You done jumped out there, man.
That's what you did.
I heard that on Breakfast Club. I thought it was cool, so I just thought I'd
Don't ever copy anything from the Breakfast Club.
I'm sorry.
We got Jessie over here, too. Oh, well, no, you spent your time saying yo.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm here.
Yeah.
The one and only.
The one and only Jessie.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
We got a lot of cool stuff for you today. We're doing our first themed episode today about road trip, and this is the summer. We're approaching Father's Day, and we missed out on Mother's Day, but all those mothers in Radio Land, we're happy to hear from you.
Happy
Mammy's
Day.
Day.
Love you.
That's right. And we're going to talk about a lot of things, a little bit on Father's Day, and more or less what to do on a road trip. Because this summer, people are traveling. I'm talking to people, they want to go to somewhere warm where there's a beach and it's nice. Yes. And we're going to do a little bit on each of our segments detailing about road trip. And without further ado, I'm going to jump in with Mike here. And what you got to tell us, Mike, about this?
Today, I got to tell you the top 2 things that I think are really important to me that I found on the news this week. All right, there was an article that came out from Target. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet or not, but it's the baby daddy card. I just wanted to get your thoughts. If you haven't seen it, Target put out a card, a Father's Day card, that represented Father's Day with the baby daddy, and it had an African-American couple on the front of the card. So what do you guys think about that? A lot of people were in outrage and uproar, but do you feel that we're getting sensitive, or it should be something that should be discussed and should be popular news, or what are your thoughts?
I wanted the card first off. I was like,
are you a proud baby daddy?
I'm a proud baby daddy, so I wanted the card. So I didn't think nothing crazy about it. I just thought it was a great way to make some quick cash. I mean, it wasn't, baby daddy, I'm assuming it did come from the black community the way it was worded like that.
Okay, so do you think it should have been more diverse?
It could have been more diverse.
Could have been an interracial couple on the cover?
Interracial couple, or anything.
Anything. I personally, I don't.
Do you care?
Baby daddies come in all colors.
Should it be news?
Yeah,
or because we've seen cards in Target all the time. You see funny cards.
Yeah, you do.
You see inappropriate cards.
Yeah.
You see, so is it that
nasty
we're getting
cards.
What Jessie said?
There's some nasty cards there.
I guess. In the section of Target that he goes in the back with
stripper
that red cloth. But so do you think it's something that we should? I don't think. Yeah. Do you think it's something that we should, be concerned about, or you think
not
it's
at all, bro?
Or is it too
I think
sensitive
if you want,
right now
if you
with
want
what's
some
going on?
If you want some social commentary on the card, you can state that it perpetuates that the negative connotation that African American men aren't committers to their families and thus are only baby daddies and not fathers, and that can, there's some truth to that, I guess. There's wrong truth to that. You shouldn't perpetuate that stereotype, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. I know I'm very comfortable in my place as a father.
Okay. It's a card, man. I'm a baby daddy. Give me a baby daddy card. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
that's you would feel just as fine with a father card.
And that would be the fair. I thought finally a card that speaks upon what I am. I'm a daddy with a baby. A baby.
We all daddies with babies.
Yeah, I don't have a wife.
We all daddies. So if my wife would have gave me that card and it's like, hey, babe, here's your Father's Day card, I thought it would have been like
might have been
cool.
kind of.
I am a baby daddy.
But you're a husband, so you don't count. You can't. You don't fit in my category, bro.
I'm still a baby daddy.
You're not allowed to be in that category.
Okay. What makes one a baby daddy?
Yeah.
Multiple baby mamas.
Okay. Bullet point 1.
Deadbeat can also fit into the baby daddy card.
Okay. Gotcha. But is a deadbeat getting a card?
He's still a baby daddy.
That's true. That doesn't change his position.
Deadbeat ass baby daddy. Happy Father's Day.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think sometimes we take things and we blow it out of proportion, and it's just a card. I didn't like the fact that it was just the cards were made with only black couples, because I didn't hear Asian people being called baby daddies. I didn't heard, white Caucasian, America being called baby daddies. Hispanics being, so it's a universal word. You know,
Right.
just because the word started off in the black community doesn't mean it's specifically set for our race.
Okay.
So that is my only disagreement with the card, but I still want that card.
Yeah, I
Got
got
the
you.
ghetto
Well,
monopoly.
you can't get it. They pulled it.
Yeah, they did real
Yeah,
fast.
real
I wonder if
fast.
people are holding that on eBay, like collector's items.
Right,
now.
but I feel, I wonder who put the card out. I mean, it could have been an African American business.
I'm gonna
so,
search
and
for
that
that
could have been
card.
something that they just thought, hey, this is funny, and
Right.
I'm going to put this out here. But then,
You could put it in that category. Was it Abercrombie and Fitch or somebody maybe a couple of months ago that had like a catalog with a black kid in a shirt that said like King Ape of the Jungle or something like
I
that?
think that was H&M.
That was
Yeah,
H&M?
That was
H&M.
H&M.
Okay.
And they
Yeah.
dropped pretty fast after that.
They did,
Yeah,
right?
so
So
their-
you
their
asked,
stock
did a
dropped.
black person come up with this? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
See,
I don't
that
know.
one was that's why I
That's brought it to you guys.
That one I considered a little bit different because I mean throughout history, blacks have always been called monkeys. So I mean, just is like
Yeah.
a racial saying, So
Mhm.
I don't know.
So
I
Baby
thought
Daddy's
that
a
was-
little newer.
Yeah, that one is
Since
more.
Baby
That
Daddy's
went
newer.
universal. It started off just. I'm assuming in the black community, and it just exploded universally. But that monkey comment that kind of stuck
From slavery days.
from slavery
Okay.
days. So
All right.
that's why I say that one is a little different.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the next topic I have that's important to me was Mars. Okay, they found evidence that could be possible life on Mars. So would you go? If you had an opportunity, would you go? And why do you think we're trying to get there? What do you think would be the reasons to why we would want to live on another planet? If you had an opportunity today to take one ticket and your whole family gets shipped off to Mars to colonize, would you go? Or what? Your thoughts?
Oh, Mars was early tickets, right? You can still buy tickets, but they're planning on it to be like a one-way trip.
Right, you're not coming back.
You're not coming back.
I didn't say that. I wanted to say that for the spoiler now.
Yeah,
You
so
can't come back.
some of the earlier adopters are just a one-way going.
Right.
It's fascinating.
Okay.
If I was a single guy with nothing to do and a bunch of money,
Right. Okay.
I'll live my life completely here, go to Mars, and that'd be one heck of a way to go.
Wow. Okay. All right. What about you, man?
I don't know. Ain't no strip clubs in Mars, so that's kind of.
You might see
So-
some Martian strippers.
I don't know.
You're the first one to discover life on
That's
Mars.
a big risk.
And that's
So-
where you take. That's where you're taking my Mars. That's where we're going to Mars. That's where you're taking it.
if you're gonna take me
If-
off a planet, I gotta have some of my earthly features up in Mars, and there's
Why don't you bring a stripper with you then?
Now that may be something I definitely
about?
Yeah,
You gonna pay for 2 tickets to Mars though?
Yeah, me and Diamond.
Oh my gosh.
I just might.
Sometimes I'm gonna have to apologize to everybody listening. To
If you
this
guys could
right
see
now.
Mike's face during this,
Yes.
But,
just how angry Jessie is making him.
he
wiping his forehead.
He understands that we totally disagree on a lot of things.
Strippers being one of them.
But that answer to my
Yes.
question was not the answer I was looking for. So now,
Okay.
with your real answer, would you go
The only reason
and not be able to come
the
back?
only reason I wouldn't go because I'm 42 right now, so in my eyes, I don't think the world is coming to the end in the next 40 years. But if I was in my 20s, I definitely would go.
But you got more of your life to live if you're going in your 20s.
Right. So of course I definitely will go then, because I've always been the guy that just jumped and moved in different states just because the weather changed.
Gotcha.
So that definitely fits something in my life that I definitely would have loved to do, especially with the polar ice caps melting and everything that's going on with the fog.
This plan is done.
Yes, this plan is coming to an
Okay.
end.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's a good
There
question.
you go, man.
That's a good response.
What
I
else is
like-
on
I
your
like
mind
the- I
before
like
we
the
get into
stripper
this
one.
road
What
trip?
else? Road trips, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. Road trips.
Yeah.
So summertime's coming up. Me and my family, we usually go on a vacation every summer. We try to. Sometimes it can get a little costly. Sometimes, it's not in the budget. We have to plan and make a budget and go the next time. So just wanted to talk about today, like, how do you guys do your road trips? Do you drive the whole way through? Do you drive and stop and stay the night somewhere? Do you do you create a playlist? Do you like to go with family members? Do you like to go with friends? Tell me about a time, when you had a vacation trip that didn't go right. So what are your thoughts about going on vacation and being in the car for long periods of time. We're going to Florida. It's going to take about 14 hours for us to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm trying to have everything together, TVs, headsets, everything, so the kids will have something to do.
Yeah.
We'll probably leave a little early.
Yeah.
And probably about 3 in the morning. That way we'll have time for the kids to sleep for a good 5 or 6 hours.
That's a good
when
idea.
kids are awake, sometimes can be a pain.
It can be.
Because they can ask for 1,000 snacks and everything like that. And you're hearing all that and driving as well. So tell me your thoughts. What are some of the great times you had on road trips and some of the awful times? I'm pointing to you because I'm sure, Jess, you've had some awful times on road trips. I've heard some of the stories. So tell me, guys, what you think?
I was lucky enough to be pretty fortunate growing up. My uncle used to get those big vans that had a TV in the center console. Remember?
Conversion vans.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Big old
window blinds.
And
everything.
I loved it. They
Great
had
ride.
like a track lighting on the top.
Oh, man, sweet. You can rent those, by the way.
Yeah, that's what we did. We rented
Some of
them.
them got beds in the back of them.
Yeah.
Like
Of course, you know,
size.
right?
Yes. Always about
But he would rent those for our big trips. And they had the two things that nerdy kids like me would love to see in the truck was the AV ports, which meant I could bring my Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plug it into that TV.
Plug it into the TV.
Gone.
I'm playing Sonic and Knuckles.
Nice.
I'm playing a little Street Fighter. I'm playing everything I can.
Nice.
14 hours wasn't nothing to me.
Right.
I used to, when we stopped, like, I'll stay in the van, guys. You keep going.
Right.
Right.
I don't need a bathroom break.
Yeah.
I've been up walking around this table the whole trip.
I'm
so
fine. All
it's
right.
awesome.
I got
Awesome.
everything I need. So some of my best memories are just those long trips where, because I'm introverted by nature, and so just being to myself and playing those games in a secluded space is nice.
You was good.
I was loving it.
Awesome. And what about you, man?
Well, for me, vacation time is a beautiful time, of course, but I think for the traveling purposes, I've always been into like the Suburbans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I like the space in the room, and that way you can space the kids out. You can kind of put them in different roles because, you get a lot of tussling.
He's touching me. She's touching me.
Fussing, and 90% of the time that is my ride. So that is not a fun ride.
I agree.
Yeah, that's good.
And plus, it also gives the kids time to move around. They want to jump over the seat, to take off their seatbelt, to get into another seat, to strap in. But that's about it, man. I don't really got much to say.
Not a big road trip
Okay.
story.
Do you take a lot of trips? You go on a lot of trips every year?
Actually, the trip that's coming up that I'm going with you and your wife on is actually going to be the first in about 5 years that I went on.
Okay,
so
that's
actually
not really a road trip, but we'll take
it's going to be a road trip because I'm driving.
Oh, you are? You're
Yeah.
not? Okay. Well, you didn't let me know that. We'll talk about that after. You probably should have told me that. I thought we were flying.
I
already bought your ticket.
I need to bring some. You really did?
Well, I thought we
Okay,
was
then
all
I'm
flying.
flying. I
Oh,
guess
man.
I'm
It's
flying.
going down right now.
No.
You can't take that ticket back.
First class, right? Yeah.
Yeah, first class, baby. I already got that for you.
Okay, on that.
So no. So last but not least, man, we want to talk about Father's Day. It's coming up, man. It's this weekend. We're here.
It
you know,
is.
Yes.
We're
Happy
here on a
Pappy's
Friday.
Day,
We
everybody.
Yes,
we
at the
getting
time
our-
we're recording this, Father's Day is this weekend.
Yeah, Father's
Yes.
Day is this weekend, and we in the lab, doing our thing, getting our podcast recorded. But
Right.
what do you
right.
guys got planned? And do you know of any plans, or is it kind of just, hey, we're doing the same thing this weekend? What do you think?
I have a feeling, and I talked to somebody I work with today. He said, "You ever notice on Father's Day you still cooking? Like your father say, won't you, your wife say, hey, I bought a bunch of food to throw on the grill.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just be over this
doing
high
that.
grill all Saturday.
Okay,
you know?
okay. So you doing your Father's Day for you?
I think,
Right.
I think I'm
Right.
cooking
Okay.
a steak for
Is
me.
it? I
Okay,
got a
okay.
question for my brothers. Is it wrong to want to spend Father's Day by yourself and not have the kids around? Or is that's not?
Ooh, controversial,
good.
but
That's a
wrong.
good-
I don't think so.
That, we need to leave a number out here for
'Cause-
people to call about
yes,
that. 'cause
please.
That's a good,
Yes.
That's a good question.
That's a perfect segue to what we were talking about earlier. It's called Call A Brotha podcast, everybody. And we want to let you know you can call a brother. We went ahead and got a number.
us.
So go ahead and call 440-744-5069. That's 440-744-5069 and call a brother. We'll air your question on the episode. If we feel it's interesting enough, we'll discuss it. Call us about any issues you may have with family, tech, music suggestions, or movie from Jessie. Anything. We'll answer your question on the air, and hopefully you'll be able to hear your voice. So don't forget, the Call A Brotha number is 440-744-5069.
right.
Man, we are moving up. We got a phone number
We got a
now.
phone
Yeah.
number.
So
Voicemail,
to
man.
answer your question though, no, I like spending my Father's Day with my family a
Okay.
lot of times. But I do like having that time to where it's just the moment that I'm either on my game system or it's just watching TV, vegging out. But I do like some of that time. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I was conflicted. You know, my kids' mothers called me and they was like, because this was the weekend that they normally take the kids out, and it just happened to fall on Father's Day, and they gave me the call like, well, I'll bring the kids back Sunday, and I paused for a minute like, am I wrong if I just want to spend Father's Day?
You want the kids to come back Monday?
Yes. So I don't know. I'm a little torn. I haven't really decided yet. So just, what do you think, Jamal?
Like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I am very introverted. So the idea of being by myself in a nice cold basement playing, PlayStation with no interruptions is nice. But I fall somewhere in between. I love spending time with the girls.
Right.
As long as just like spending time with them isn't saddled with a daddy do list of like 50 different things. So I'm not enjoying their company.
It's always a daddy do list.
Actually, it never ends, actually. What am I saying? I'm trying to be optimistic here. Right. No, I enjoy spending time with them, and that's what I want. I want to be able to roll around on the floor with them. They want to play with their dolls and stuff. Let's do that,
So I got one more question. I'll put you guys on the spot about Father's Day. What do you think the gifts is going to be that you're going to receive? Let's start with you first, Mike.
Well, I don't really look for gifts, man.
It's your day,
Mr. Humble here.
But I don't.
Doesn't have to be physical.
I think I don't really look for like gifts. I'd rather go out, spend the money, maybe go out to eat or something like that. But you don't have to get me socks and hats and.
So that means gifts that you don't want.
No, not gifts that I don't want. Just stuff. I don't really. That's not what it's about.
So you wouldn't be happy if the kids were to bring you a fresh PS4 game, for Father's Day.
I'd be excited.
They give you a game and they say
that'd be nice.
They say, "Well, Dad, we'll give you this game, and we're gonna leave for about 6 hours."
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be a good Father's Day.
A pizza's on its way. It'll be here in 15 minutes.
Oh man, the smoking.
Yeah,
all right, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay,
that's a good idea. But I ain't looking for that.
Okay.
So it don't matter. To me, I get
Mike's wife suggestions. Just letting you know that he's pretty excited about.
Make sure it's a digital game, so I want to play too.
yeah. We'll figure that out. Play.
Good deal.
Yeah, good. Thanks for ratting us out on that.
Well, for me, I've been laying hints what I want for Father's Day throughout the house.
Okay.
I've been putting glitter under the kids' pillow. Glitters in the bathroom. Hopefully,
your Father's Day fairy.
Hopefully, no. Hopefully,
the kids glitter on their pillows.
Yeah, I'm wondering where this is going as well.
Hopefully, the kids and my fiance get together and give me one of those. Those stripper perk cards that you can put cash on.
I don't think they have those. First off, I don't think your kids should be.
Actually, they do. But
is it like a Tim Hortons where you get 5 punches and a lap dance free? Is that what you're talking?
I wish he would use another word for that.
Also, I think we broke
professional dancers. You're right.
We did break the record for how many times we've mentioned strippers in one episode.
Yeah, that's
what we do. Break records.
Let's say something. Let's say something else.
On that, is that
you get on my nerves with that? You really getting on my nerves with that. Yeah, I know how I feel about that. You doing that because it gets on my nerves.
I think he's doing it to press Mike's buttons.
Yeah, he is. He wants to get a rise out of me.
Is it working?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay. I'm just saying. I am the man to take you one day. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not going there with you.
Why not?
We don't
get the VIP section. You get the real experience.
That is a discussion for another podcast.
Hypothetical though, what if he does take you and she says, "Mike, I've been hearing a lot about you." What's your reaction to that?
I won't hear it. I won't be there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
I'm not going.
Entertain the thought. You're not even.
I'm not going. I don't
Smart
go.
Man.
I don't do that.
Didn't
anymore.
fall for the trap.
I don't go. I don't do that.
Okay.
Anymore.
Okay. Is that your
nothing for me there?
Is that where you got on your road trip segment there? Is that where you're going?
Right.
That's exactly not where I was going.
Not to the strip club, but I'm saying, did you come to a conclusion with your road trip?
That's where that was going when you said that. You ain't take me.
No. If you guys, again, if this was a video cast, you would see the vein coming out of Mike's head right
his
now.
Eyes
because he know I can't stand it. I can't stand all that mess.
Okay, so what we're going to take a break is we're going to take a break right now.
Yes, please take a break.
And then debrief on the stripper talk for the remainder of the episode.
Yes, we're not done. Talk about that.
We're done.
Okay.
We're done.
Not we're, you.
No, we're a team.
No one else is talking about it.
Ryan Little.
Shut up. You put
Talking about-
strippers on my strippers, man. God, you get on my nerves with that.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, y'all. Welcome
we
back.
took a short break there. We wanted to go in a little bit more detail-wise as far as the number for Call A Brotha podcast. Jesse had a suggestion. What are you telling the listeners, Jesse?
I'm telling the listeners that they should call in and pick albums that they like, that they want us to review, so we can give our synopsis on what we think the album is, and or if it's good, if it's bad. So please call that number. What's that number again, Jamal?
The number is 440-744-5069. That's Call A Brotha hotline.
That's the number to save y'all lives. Call it.
Oh, no. Save it, please.
Ain't saving nobody's lives. You always gotta ruin something. You always gotta ruin the end of the tag. The tag was fine until you.
That was perfect.
Save
How we
your
just
life.
tag teamed off that, and then
You could have just left it alone. You always gotta have something to say in here.
And going into our next segment of
Gee whiz.
Teaching Tech Moments.
I can't do this tonight.
Yes, the Teaching Tech moment is going to be road trip related, guys. And I want to talk to you about preparation. All right. We talk about taking road trips, but you have to prepare before you go. This is a very technological, that's a word, right? Technological day we're living in right now. I'm speaking too fast. And, go ahead and charge your devices. This is the first thing I'm going to tell you. If your kids have tablets, if they have Fire tablets, charge them the night before. Netflix has the ability to allow you to save movies and shows. Get those kids taken care of.
Download them.
There we go. Oh, that was nice. I think that was in harmony too.
that's because we the same person. He just don't like to.
You don't like to admit it. Download everything, okay? Go ahead and download some music too, all right? So if their screen time is down, they can go ahead and listen to some music too. Because when you're taking these road trips, you can't depend on your cell signal to be there, all right? Wi-Fi at McDonald's, maybe when you stop, but you don't want to have the reason for somebody to say, I'm bored, there's nothing to do.
Exactly.
So I recommend getting everything done the night before. Now, the next day, and even before the night before, if you have young children, I've had to invest in these, get sound-sensitive headphones. The over-the-ear kids' headphones, because they don't allow the volume to go up that much. You don't want to be damaging your kids' ears looking at some movies at a very loud album.
What about getting a book?
Ooh, how about that? I get car sick when I read.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
when I'm in the
read a
car and I'm
book.
reading, I get real car sick.
Really?
Yes, it's a thing. Look it up.
Okay. I never heard of that. It's
No,
weird.
just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's real. I mean,
Just because you get sick.
if call in the number I just gave you guys. If you get sick while you're driving,
Never heard of it. Just get a book, man. Read a book too.
you can. But this is the teaching tech moment, not the teaching literature moment. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Next thing I want to tell you to
Shutting
do,
up.
if you have multiple kids and they have multiple tablets, they're going to run out of battery, okay? Get a USB car hub. Those go for $14.
Okay.
And then you can get, at the minimum, 6-foot cable so they can reach all the way to the back seat, okay?
Okay, USB car hub.
There we go. I like the sound of
Now,
that.
what do you do for power and converters and all that thing? I need to plug up a few things, my laptop and
Yes.
my PlayStation and all that.
You bringing everything.
Yeah,
Does
I'm gonna
that-
try to. It's a long trip, so what can I get to make sure that I could get the right power? What should I look for, voltage wise, watt wise, to make sure I can power up these devices?
So, first things first. If you're in a newer vehicle, they have cigarette lighters both in the back seat and the front seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Utilize that.
Okay.
Get 2 charging ports for your kids, one for them in the back. And then for you, if you're looking to bring a laptop, let's say you want to do some work while you're on the road,
Yeah.
go ahead and get a power inverter, but make sure that it has at least 2 power outlets. And I don't know about a PlayStation and screen, but it should be able to power both of them.
Okay.
And they are relatively inexpensive. The cheaper ones range from $15 to $20, more expensive $50 to $100.
Okay.
Just make sure when you get out of the car, because in these newer cars, your cigarette port lighters stay on, okay?
Do you have your one in your closet that I can have today?
I do have one, and
Okay,
no, you
cool.
cannot have
All
it.
right, thanks.
I do have one. But what I'm saying is, this is very important for anybody who gets these inverters on these long road trips. Unplug them when you get out of the car. Because the last thing you want is your battery being run down by these
That
things.
was the question I was going to ask you.
They will run down your battery real fast.
Yeah, with all that power being drained, how does that affect the car battery? That was my
While
next
you're
question.
driving, your alternator should provide you with the energy you need.
Okay.
But when you get out to go to Denny's or something, or when you get to your hotel for the night,
Right.
unplug
it.
that.
Okay.
Okay. And that's pretty much it, guys. A lot of these devices, I'm sure a lot of people already have tablets, smartphones. Just make sure you prepare the night before for the road trip. Okay.
All right.
Without further ado, we're going to go straight into Jesse's segment for the movie and music. And I want you to start us off with the music section, if you don't mind. What do you want to talk to us about?
I want to talk about Saba, the Chicago artist that is blowing up everywhere. I must give Mr. Michael the credit for that because he was the one that put me on the artist. Saba, the album is called Care For Me. Stellar album. I'm looking at some website right now. I can't think, but they gave it an 8.7.
What did you give it? I want to know
I
Jessie's
gave it
score.
a solid 9.5, man.
I gave it a 10.
Yes.
Very creative.
Very
music.
jazzy. Very lyrical.
Very underrated, too.
Yes, very underrated.
If you want some good creative hip-hop with good melodies and good sound and good songs.
I really don't want to like this album because you're saying all this.
Check out Saba.
I have to agree.
It's a very good album.
Yes.
You won't find him on anywhere but Spotify.
No, he's on Google Play Music,
Google Play
Pandora,
Music,
Okay.
and Pandora,
YouTube.
I'm sorry, he's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Check him out.
Put him on, man. Chi-Town stand up because Saba is killing it, man.
Now, that was an honorable mention. What's the main course to hear?
The main course to hear is from Kid Cudi and Kanye. It's about
What's the name of the album
What's the
again?
name of the album? I didn't hear the name of the album.
I thought I said the album was Kids Love Ghosts or Kids See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts. There we go.
Kids See Ghosts,
Kids
yes.
Love Goes or Kids See Goes.
Both are true a little.
Thank you.
I guess.
Yeah, but man, that album was produced well. I liked every track on there just about.
How many? 7?
It was really short. They got to do
7
something about
tracks,
these short albums, bro.
4 tracks or 2
See, I
minutes
like
long.
the short albums because it's just a nice chunk of music. I can listen to it from, where I'm starting at home to my commute to work.
Yeah,
It'll be
but
done.
So you think that's where they planned it? So it's a
I don't
short
know.
commute?
That's
don't know.
$9.99 for 7
Not
songs.
for me, but I like it for that.
That's $9.99 for
7 songs.
27 minutes.
Yeah, that's
So you're saying
Yeah.
that it should be less. It should be a $5
It should be
album.
$5.
it should be a $6.99 EP album.
Right. It should be $5. Right. We're getting cheated.
But it was a really good album. It was really good.
I thought it was weird.
I even like Free Ghost Town Part 2
Yeah.
because it was off he did the original on Yee.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Yee. I like that album also, which was also 7 songs, which was too short. But
Right.
this Kids See Ghosts,
The title track is a little weird.
yeah. The first track, Feel the Love, that was when he's screaming, Feel the Love. But Pusha T's verse is really good.
Yeah.
I really liked his verse. Fourth Dimension also.
That's my favorite.
It was a great song.
That sounds like old Kanye right there.
Yes,
That Fourth Dimension
yes.
song.
And the Cudi montage, I like the way it ended. I
Yeah,
think that
that
was
was pretty cool.
a beautiful way out beat just to calm everything down,
Right.
just send you off. So go get those 3 albums. That Saba, that Kid See Ghost, and that Yee. We ain't talk much about that Yee, but on next podcast I'll make sure to go in depth about that album.
Okay, cool. Now we're going to end the podcast strong with a movie we all saw.
Wait. Can I interject for just
Okay,
1 second?
interject
Can I talk
all you
about
want.
the Kids See Ghost albums? Can I?
Let's hear it because you didn't really say anything while we were talking about
I
it.
didn't say anything because I was holding back. I was
Okay.
trying
Tell
to
us what
hold
you really
back.
feel.
I just want to know if anybody knows exactly what that album was about because it felt weird and it felt.
It was
like
music. It
all over
shouldn't
the
be
place.
about anything. It should be about you listening and enjoying
So the
music.
argument is we should not be worried
Listening to
about
the words.
We shouldn't be listening to the word. We should
No,
listen to the music.
What I'm saying is our generation has come from a heavy stricken, a heavy spoken rap background.
That's right. We
Where
have,
the
your
lyricists,
Ice-T,
matter.
your-
But nowadays, when you got news and you got press and you got news, TV, tablets, Facebook, Twitter reporting news, music doesn't have to do it as much. So now it could be more about just enjoying the sound, and enjoying some
Enjoying
some
the
basic
sound.
lyrics,
Enjoying the sound
and just grooving out.
nothingness.
Grooving. Is this a grooving album?
Yes, I call it a
That's
groovy
not
album.
a groove. It sounds like a testimony on an album. It sounds like somebody's in pain. And you're saying this man's pain is just music. And we supposed to
it was
listen to
it was groovy to
It
me. It was
sounds
just
like
groovy.
somebody got some type of addiction in some of the tracks. It sounds like somebody's going through something
was-
with their
it was-
family, but we supposed to just listen to it as it's just music.
I don't remember.
Somebody's dying on these tracks,
That is
man.
there's no one dying on these tracks.
Oh
man.
my God! Nobody
I
hear
didn't-
them.
Did you hear dying? Like,
you didn't hear any.
I did feel some pain in the track.
Calling out, but we supposed to just listen to it.
There was no calling out. I don't think there was
somebody's reaching out on these songs, man. Kanye and Kid
like
Cudi.
as like a cry for help.
As some type of cry for help, but we
that Ye album. I agree with you on that one, but not this Kid Cudi album. Not this Kid Cudi Kanye album.
We can't just listen to music and just be like, "Oh, this is just."
Why
music.
can't we? It's music.
Because it's
that's
meant
what
to
music
be,
is for.
It's meant for a message to the people.
No. That's what the
music
news
is meant.
That's what the news, the Facebooks, the Twitter.
Dude,
sometimes music can just be listened
to wrap it.
The music.
To put it
please
together.
wrap it up and put it together because he ain't making no sense.
Okay.
I think I'm making perfect
No, you ain't
sense.
making no sense.
I think what it comes down to is, and I've said it before the podcast, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Today's generation is going to like what we like. And our fathers were saying that Nas cat ain't all that's cracked up to be. Jay-Z, look at these rubble rousers.
Yes.
This
But
jungle music.
They were still talking about something and people still listen.
But that generation needed to talk about something.
But you're telling this generation not to even listen to what they're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
did he not just say that?
What
He's saying they're more focused on
having
music.
a good time.
Having a good time. So we should ignore somebody's pain.
Who is ignoring?
We should ignore Logic hit that record that he put out talking about suicide.
I didn't like Logic album. Well, except for I didn't like his mixtape, but I like the album.
I'm just saying, if we keep saying don't listen to this,
who said don't listen? I'm just saying.
What you just said.
I'm
it's
just
all
saying.
About the music.
This new generation, these new kids, they are not looking to tell us what's going on in their community. They're not looking to let us know, what the poverty line is. So what they want to do is they want to dance. They want to party. They want to groove.
All you new kids out there, just party and dance. That's life.
I didn't say that either. I just say that's what they want.
Hey, I got a shout out. I got a shout before you close out. Okay. I got a shout out to every new kids out there listening to my voice. Whatever music you hear is not meant for a message for you. It's meant to just party and dance.
No. Okay. I think you're trying to paint it with broad strokes.
This is what he's feeding.
That is not.
This is what he's feeding.
I think you got to look at it through the lens.
His lens is cloudy. He needs to
wipe. Why is my lens cloudy?
Because it's not. That's not what you.
It's nice to be able to go into an album.
Who sang that song?
Listen to instrumental then.
Instrumental. So you say instrumental or nothing else?
Why does it got to be instrumental? Why can't it be? Why can't it be a voice that goes with the beats and I just enjoy
the beats,
the song,
and don't listen to the voice?
No, I'm just saying I don't always want to be told what's going on in this community. Sometimes I just want to have a good time. And that's what these kids are doing right now. Is there something wrong with that?
I believe Ludacris came up with P-popping, right?
Right.
I don't think he had a message for that.
He didn't have.
He did not have a message for that.
Okay.
And Ludacris has lyrics.
And he does. He has very
very good lyrics on that.
Right.
Yeah. There's so you gotta understand it's not a black and white, it's a spectrum of gray.
Yes.
Can we be comfortable with that?
Grade both of y'all. I don't give a crap. I'm gonna grade both of y'all right now. I'm graze you across your dome. Okay? It's not music. You can't just deny the creativity around music.
We can go in circles.
We're gonna go in circles.
We're not gonna go in circles because we're getting close to being at the end. Okay, so go ahead and give us that movie that we watched together.
When y'all on that car and y'all traveling for those hundreds of miles, Game Night is the movie to see with Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams, Kyle Chandler. I mean, the star-studded cast list is amazing, bro. It is hilarious.
I walked into this thinking that it was just going to be another Jason Bateman movie because I feel like Jason Bateman plays Jason Bateman in all his movies. But it was a really fun time.
Yes. Very good movie. Yes, I love the part. Spoiler alert. When the cop. He was the funniest guy to me.
The cop was really funny. Was his name Gary? What was it? But when he looked, they have a scene where they're looking in the street and they look at Gary's doorstep and he's not there, and then they go back to look into the street and they turn around and he's just like standing on the doorstep, petting his dog. It's pretty funny.
Another spoiler is the situation with the blood and the white cat.
No, it was a dog.
Oh, it was a dog. It was a dog. Okay.
But without giving too much of the movie, it was pretty. It's if you walk into it expecting one thing, it's going to be something completely different, and that's what we want to let you know. It was. Oh, also, if we're going back to the teach and tech moment, make sure those are the over-ear headphones because it's got some choice language in this.
Yes,
Right,
it's
and
not
that
made
movie
for
is not
kids.
for kids,
Not
no.
for kids.
So
at
if
all.
you're
on the
looking
road
at it,
trip.
if you're looking at it on the road trip, make sure the kids ain't listening.
Right.
I'm
right.
looking at Rotten Tomatoes. They gave it a 7.1. That's a solid 9 movie, I think.
You think so? I
What
think
do you
that's
guys think?
I think it was. I give it 7.5,
7.5?
maybe 8.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Give
perfect.
it a 7.
7?
7.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
right
there
on
were
there.
certain characters I feel like they could have developed more. The black couple,
Right.
I love their shtick that they kept going about.
The affair.
Never did I
Spoiler.
ever.
And the
Yes.
Denzel.
Yeah,
Denzel.
that was
hilarious.
good. I like that, but
King Kong ain't got nothing.
yeah, and I felt like him doing that. One of the characters, the African American characters, does an impression of Denzel Washington, and I felt like the dialogue was written just so he can do that impression,
Right.
which didn't really make his character very fleshed out.
Right.
Okay, I
agree.
can get that. I can get that.
I agree.
But those
Good
are
movie.
Still
great
a 9.
suggestions.
Still a 9.
It's still a 9. Those are great movie suggestions and music, guys. Mike, thank you for letting us go down memory lane with this road trip because I had forgotten about how cool it is to take a road trip with family. And if you want to do that on Father's Day and you want to take your family out and do something fun, take some of these suggestions. And don't forget to call the number, guys. That is let's see if I can get it up here. 440-744-5069. Call A Brotha podcast. Thanks for sitting with us again, guys. Thanks for coming out and recording again. I know we all have busy schedules.
And please subscribe to our site.
Yes.
Let us know how you feel. There's no way we can know anything if you guys don't subscribe.
Call the
Please.
number. Subscribe. We're on Facebook. That's Call A Brotha. We have an email address. Call A Brotha, BROTHA 3 @gmail.com. Any place you listen to the podcast, there's a subscribe button. Just subscribe. Let us know how we're doing.
Let us know.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening again. And
Love you.
Yeah. You don't love them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Mike has a more like relationship with you. He's
Like
like,
you
don't
guys.
submit me to loving them. I haven't seen them before. All right. I love you guys. Thanks so much.
Peace out.
We'll see you next time.
You got a lot of editing to do.
Brian Little.
Fine.